shoulder break. And Durezio really getting into the thick of things here.
Hello and welcome again, Grapple fans. This week's Two Bouts on Classic Wrestling features one of the sport's more extrovert characters. He had been billed as Beautiful Bad Boy and later simply Mr. Wonderful. We all knew him as Bobby Barnes. The first contest on this week's double bill features Barnes up against the popular heavyweight Tony Sinclair.
And Sully trying hard to break them. The first bit of trouble he's had, and Tony Sinclair right out in front of our monitors down here.
And then from Southend, he's up against Warwick's black belt, Chris Adams.
And once again, right above us here, the ringside. And they step forward and saying goodbye very quickly.
Well, although the sport of wrestling had been covered by TV since 1955, it was in the 70s that it attracted TV audiences of 7 million upwards. Tonight's two bouts capture the ingredients that made the sport so special at that time. Tony Sinclair came from a family of wrestlers. His father was a Cornish heavyweight, and Tony followed his elder brother Roy into the ring. An international competitor, he's competed all over the world and still regarded today as the sport's greatest ambassador. Bobby Barnes was a strong amateur wrestler. He graduated to professional through the old Dale Martin gym in Brixton. As the years went on, Barnes was renowned for his outrageous ring entrances and lavish costumes. Your commentator, as always, Kent Walton.
Just avoiding that back elbow. Hope he doesn't try that in the other arm. Less than a minute now in round one. Couple of seconds only. Tony Sinclair, tremendous height advantage, as you see there, but Barnes pretty cunning. Full Nelson now, Sinclair. And the break. Yes, some of his moves, especially the interval, may be a little she-she, but the power is there. Designed to get Barnes to get the needle, and it just about worked. But he got a pretty good punch. We saw it, but the referee blindside. Over the top folding press. Barnes the first one maybe, and he's got it. Just 1 minute 50 for round two. Bobby Palmer to announce it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in round two, the first fall in favor, Bobby Barnes.
Tony Sinclair has got to go to the start of the third. 4 rounds to go, and another punch, I imagine. This time neither the referee or our cameras could spot it. It might have been the heel of the hand. Barnes trying the same thing, but Mansulli won't allow that because he can't see what's going on the throat. Straight onto the post. Sully trying hard to break them. The first bit of trouble he's had, and Tony Sinclair right out in front of our monitors down here. Difficult to see how he's landed, but yes, he's okay. Helped up by his seconds. If he's allowed to get in by Barnes, he'll be in, I think.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, the referee has issued a public warning in round 3 to Bobby Barnes.
So the first public warning to Barnes for stopping Tony Mansulli get back into the ring. And a single leg Boston on to Barnes. He thinks that's a submission, so he let go. And Barnes won't like that. He'll have all sorts of beats to make to the ref now. Underneath, beautifully timed, drop kick follow-up nicely. But now has he weakened him sufficiently to complete this move? He's got to go in quick, folding press before he gets his breath back. He's got it, there's the equalizer.
In round 4, an equalising for Tony Sinclair.
The crowd here, and it's a big one, will go crazy if Sinclair can win this after being one fall down in the round 2. And all the battering is taken from punches. Just by sheer force, the referee gets him off and delivers another public warning.
Has received the second and final public warning.
But what damage has it done to Sinclair on the way? That is the trouble. Oh, mistimed that. But Sinclair timed it well. And he's trying the same move. No, he's not. But posting. Barnes is really going to need that comb in a minute. There's quite a lot of hair in the middle of the ring there. Bunches of it. All blonde. The drop kick from very much too near, but he still managed to get it in. The flyer missed completely, a bad flyer, and what a landing that was. That is not going to help Tony Sinclair's cause at all. And it's Barnes now should go in and kill it. He should do now. Yes, he does. Bad luck on Tony Sinclair. An unlucky fall. And 1 minute, 53 seconds into round 5. Barnes the winner by 2 falls to 1.
So despite 2 public warnings, Barnes beats Tony Sinclair in round 5. After the break, an amazing contest from Southend 6 years later, with Barnes up against the judo black belt, Chris Adams.
And Joe D'Orazio doesn't like it when he tells him to break, he moves him to break. Oh, that's a beauty.
Welcome back to Classic Wrestling. Our look at the entertainment provided by the sport during the televised years. This week we're concentrating on Mr. Wonderful, Bobby Barnes. Our next action comes from Southend in 1980 with Barnes up against the judo black belt, Chris Adams. Judo black belt Adams became something of a heartthrob in the ring. He's still remembered for his clashes with Mark Rollerball Rocker and Marty Jones. He secured a regular place in Big Daddy's TV All-Stars and later went on to promoting and matchmaking in the United States. Your commentator in Southend was Kent Walton.
Takes away round 3.
4 hours to go. The mayor and his entourage obviously enjoying this very much. Round 3, no score, 4 to go, and Bobby Barnes in the checked trunks, if that's the word. Multicolored, if you have colored television there. Really sharp as always, and his light blue boots as well. Going in very hard at the beginning of round 3. Of course, by far the most experienced of the two of the wrestling business. And Joe Dorazio doesn't like it when he tells him to break, he moves him to break. Oh, that's a beauty. For the moment. Still practically on our table here. The public warning and the referee trying to break the hold.
In round 3, the referee gives a public warning to Bobby Barnes.
So Barnes gets the public warning for not breaking when told. And a double-hander as he comes off the ropes.
Takes away round 4.
Incidentally, Chris Adams, who's on the canvas now, is a brother, also a judo man. He's in the judo squad with the British titles twice, and also Olympic
Ladies
team.
and gentlemen, in round 4, the referee gives Bobby Barnes his second and final public warning.
And he hasn't got any more. 2 public warnings now. So Barnes must really behave from now on, or it'd be a pity if a bout like this finishes in a disqualification. Oh, that's the back of the head. Beautiful. That was timing precise. That was. There's Adams really going in hard with the attack now, a side folder, and he's got it. Well, the leg spread, but holding the knees, so might get the point of that. Certainly worrying Chris Adams, but he was going to get a score from it. Just a minute to go now, round 5. Barnes knows that if he doesn't get the equalizer in this round, it's too late for him to win, unless it's by a knockout, of course. Another reason for barefoot wrestling. Punch right to the solar plexus there by Barnes, but it wasn't spotted by the ref. 10 seconds only. 5 seconds. And at the end of that 5th round, the referee, Joe Dorazio, reminds Barnes that he's got 2 public warnings already, and he's very near disqualification points if he continues that. And the left arm again is causing him trouble. So Barnes could come back into this now with an equalizing submission so easily. Yes, he has. There it is. That arm was causing too much pain. Chris Adams, quite wisely, at 1 minute 42 seconds into the round 6, decides to quit on that one, rather than any further damage to his left arm. One each.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 42 seconds of the final round, that was an equalizing submission to Bobby Barnes.
Hold on a minute.
And the contest, ladies and gentlemen, having got a stipulated distance of 6 rounds. Adams obtaining 1 goal, Barnes 1 submission. The result is a draw.
So it's a draw where the Barnes likes it or not, apparently 1-4 each, but there's still an argument going on. No, I don't quite hear what it is. Referee deciding something. No doubt the MC will tell us what the decision is here, but this is curious.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Barnes insists on wrestling on until the decision is obtained. I don't know what the referee has to say. Barnes. Now listen, I'm not prepared to give you the verdict. If you want to win,
I can beat him now.
all right, let me say it. If you want to win, you've got to work for it. I'll tell you what I'll do.
You coward.
Listen to me then. Listen to me, let me tell you what you're going to do. You're not going to wrestle. I'll give you a tiebreaker match. It's the first one who pins the other one's shoulders, throws the other one on his shoulders 10 times. No falls, no submissions, no time limit. You've got to make his back touch 10 times, or you've got to make your back 10 times. And the one that wins is the winner. That's it. Right, are you ready?
It's a draw, 1-4 each, but it's not the end yet.
Right, I'll call out the points.
Because it's the first man now wins, the first man to pin, not pin, but to get the other man's back onto the canvas 10 times. This is a continental idea which is becoming more popular over there, and obviously Max Crabtree, the promoter, is deciding to try it over here too. 2 to Barnes. 3, doesn't have to hold him there, remember, no pinfalls
3 to
now.
Barnes. 4 to Barnes.
He only needs 10. 5 for
5 to
Barnes.
Barnes.
And Barnes really doing well now. 6. Now can Chris Adams come back? Caught him once. That's 6-1.
6-1 is the score. 6-1 to Barnes. 6-2 to
6-2.
Barnes.
6-3.
6-3 to Barnes. 6-4 to Barnes. 6-5 to Barnes.
Now this could be the equalizer. It is 6-0. And Barnes decided to stay out for a minute to get his breath back. A great way to finish a draw, though.
The score is 6-6.
6-6. I'm sure you can hear referee Durazio there. And Johnny Dale, they're standing up in the corner of the MC, keeping the score very carefully for the crowd. I'm sure you can hear him at your remote.
7-6 to Barnes.
Only wants 3 more.
8-6 to Barnes. 9-6 to Barnes.
And now Chris Adams real trouble. Barnes only wants 1 more.
9-7 to Barnes. 9-8
But he's holding on to the wrist. As long as he can hold on to that double-handed wrist lever, he's all right for the
9-9.
9-9. Now 1 more.
9-9.
And Barnes throws to the ropes. Just the next one goes in, and it's Chris Adams made it. 10-9. Well, there's a finish for you.
The tiebreaker, the winner of the contest by 10-9, Judo Chris Adams.
Did people think that it was never going to end, that wrestling was always going to be in the spotlight, if you like?
Yeah, I think that we did think that, I mean, wrestling was so popular that the crowds, I mean, the entertainment value was fantastic. People could scream, shout, boo, cheer, laugh, every sort of emotion, and it was such good value entertainment. It didn't cost a lot to go to see the wrestling. It was such good value that, yeah, I thought it would go on forever. I think when TV started, it tended to make personalities and stars, and then if the stars weren't on the programmes, the houses started to fall off. So I think perhaps television had a little bit of responsibility in all that, but it certainly did. I mean, towards the end of my career, it was that the houses were getting quite bad, and the popularity of the sport was really waning.
Is there anybody that you didn't like getting in the ring with?
I suppose if I was to be truthful about that, it would be more about wrestlers that felt they were in there to take the mickey other than wrestle, and they'd spend time sort of just ruffling your hair up or doing silly things really, and making me quite frustrated. I didn't really enjoy that.
Go on, name names for us.
Well, I think if we were to say Les Kellett and Cat Weasel and even Jackie Pallow at times, they would be in there really to sort of take the mickey as opposed to get stuck in. I mean, there was quite a lot of, I suppose, trying to wind you up, that type of...
A lot of people, you know, looking back would have said that at times the sport was, I don't know, choreographed if you like, but that's not what you found.
No, if it was, I'd like to have known about it, because I would have liked to have had an easier ride than I did. But no, I mean, it was really hard going, and I was always bruised and marks all over the body where I'd been battered about. So I think I'd have liked to have avoided that if it was possible, but no, there was no choreography.
Do you miss it, Bobby?
Very much so, yes. Yeah, it was a great lifetime. I spent 30 years in the ring, so many happy moments, and yeah, a great time.
Next week we turn our attention to tag team wrestling, including the early heavyweight pairing of the formidable Giant Haystacks and Big Daddy in action, as well as the kings of the ring when it came to tag, the fabulous Royal Brothers. So join me next week for some memorable tag team mayhem. Until then, Grapple fans, bye-bye.